Hi, everyone. It's me, just out here taking a little break from Las Vegas. And today for AutoNet TV, I'm actually interviewing people to find out what they know about their cars. Now, can you give me an example of good timing?
When you're in the right place at the right time. Like now, for example.
The bank deposit I just made.
Change the oil every 5,000 miles.
Now, what about bad timing?
Try to avoid it as much as possible.
Is when you're in your office asleep and your boss comes in.
Is timing everything or not so much?
I would have to say timing is not everything, but a huge amount, yeah.
Everything.
I agree. Have you seen me and my dancers on stage? Timing is everything.
It probably doesn't look like I'm really into ballet, and that's because I'm not. But I can tell you that your engine is like a finely choreographed dance. All the parts have to work together. If the timing is off at the ballet, the dancers will crash into each other and fall down. If the timing is off in your engine, it may not run at all. One of the most intricate dances in your engine has to do with the combustion cycle. Now, your engine has cylinders in which a piston travels up and down. At the top of the cylinders, there are valves that open to bring in the air and fuel, and there are valves that open to let out the exhaust after the fuel has been burned. It is critical that these valves be timed to open and close precisely at the right moment in the combustion cycle, or the engine will run poorly, or not at all. The timing belt is responsible for rotating the shafts that control the valves. It is vital and precision work. Timing belts are made of very tough, flexible material. They can last a long time, but they do eventually wear out and can break, and consequences can be disastrous. In some engines, the valves actually protrude far enough into the cylinders that they could come in contact with the piston. If the timing belt breaks, the pistons will smash into the valves. Valves get bent or broken. If the engine is spinning fast enough, the broken parts will shred the cylinder head as well. As you can imagine, repairing this kind of damage is going to cost you several $1,000s. Now, I'll tell you, it's a sad day when I have to break the news to a customer when his car comes in on the tow truck, especially since it could have been easily avoided. Manufacturers have issued recommendations for when you should replace your timing belt. For some engines, it's 60,000 miles. Others, it's at 90,000 or more. If you're approaching 60,000 miles or have already passed it, make sure you check your owner's manual or with your service advisor for when the timing belt should be replaced. Don't let this one slip by. Now, some timing belts are visible and some can be inspected, but others are hidden under a protective cover and they're really hard to get to. Some timing belts also drive the water pump. If you have a leaky water pump, the coolant will contaminate the timing belt and it could make it fail sooner. So if you have this kind of engine, get it in for an inspection right away once you notice a coolant leak. Most people with this engine design end up with a new timing belt when they replace the water pump. And when you're having your timing belt replaced on schedule, check with your service advisor to see if it makes sense to install a new water pump, even if it isn't currently having problems, since most of the labor is already being done anyway for the timing belt replacement. Here's a heads up. Larger engines will often have metal timing chains rather than belts, and these chains don't need to be replaced like belts. Now, I've already told you how very expensive it can be to get your car running again after a timing belt fails. I also need to tell you that replacing the timing belt is very labor intensive. It is one of the most costly maintenance services you'll have. So if your timing belt should be replaced within the year, let's say, ask for an estimate so you can begin to prepare for this kind of expense. We at AutoNet TV are committed to helping you make your driving experience as safe and economical as possible. Your service center can be a valuable partner. It'll pay to take advantage of their knowledge and experience. And check out AutoNetTV.com for more tips.